with the couples expert. I wanted to do a follow-up video for you this morning about JADE. In the first video, I described what JADE is and how it can show up in couples. And I wanted to be a little more specific about what you can do if you find that your partner, that the other person you're talking to is doing JADE. So as a quick reminder, JADE is justify, argue, defend, and explain. So very often, as a recap, very often when it's a normal thing that happens, when a complaint or a concern is brought to a person, they may, instead of responding directly to that complaint, finding a solution or validating or acknowledging what that person is saying, they will do one of those four things: justify, argue, defend, and explain. And the reason that's normal is because people don't want to be in trouble. And so this group of adaptive characteristics is a way to say, like, don't be mad at me. Like, it's not my fault. I didn't do anything wrong, or I didn't intend to do anything that bothered you or hurt you. So it's a very normal thing, but I want to show you or tell you how you can handle it. So if I bring a complaint or a concern to my partner and I say, hey, you told me you would call me at this time and you didn't call me at that time, you called me sometime later, and it bothers me that you didn't keep your word. And they say, oh, well, somebody called me at that time, or my meeting ran late. Those are kind of normal things. So what you can do if you find things like that, and I gave you a pretty innocuous example, but it can be much more egregious than that. It can be where somebody's like, what are you talking about? Or it can be, well, that's really your fault because I gave you a range, or I didn't really say that, or something like that. So it can get heated really quickly. So I want to give you an answer to that. So if you bring something to somebody and they respond with one of the jades, what you can say back immediately is, what did you hear me say? Notice the delivery with which I presented that. Calmly, evenly, what did you hear me say? I'm not going to respond to the jade that they gave me. I'm just going to say, what did you hear me saying? Or what did you hear me say? And the more I can deliver that kind of calmly and evenly, the more they may be able to slow down, and it'll make them think. You'll notice their eyes will move and they'll be like, oh. Now, they won't 100% do that, but that's the most likely scenario. And no matter what they say, you can still say, what did you hear me say? And if they still don't respond and they still come back, you can still come back to, hey, can I restate, because I feel like we got off track and I was really just presenting a concern and presenting something. The other thing I want to say is we are responsible for how we present that initial concern or complaint. So be kind, be respectful, have a non-accusatory tone of voice. Your tone of voice, how we say something, matters as much as what we say. You've heard people say that, I'm sure, plenty of times, that it's not what you say, it's how you say it. Well, I say it's both. It also matters what you say. So one more tip is, instead of presenting it as a complaint or concern, presenting it as a request often works much better. So, hey, we had a misunderstanding the other day, or I should say, I had a misunderstanding, or I got a little frustrated, and I guess I'm requesting that when you give me a range of time, that you really know that you're going to be able to live into that. And if something changes, because life happens, you'll text me and say that that has been altered and what the new expectation or range is. So I hope that helps, and let me know if you have any questions or concerns. You can reach me down below and you can leave comments and I'll get back to you. Take care. Bye-bye.